How can undocumented Malawians register the birth of their baby? The short answer: there are several organizations to consult as to the best way forward. The whole question: I am currently outside of the country, but would like to assist my previous gardener in making sure his baby is registered at the DHA. Both parents are undocumented Malawians. However, if I understand the law correctly, Home Affairs still has to register the birth. What are the risks for undocumented parents presenting themselves to Home Affairs, and how is the best way to manage this? The long answer: the law that applies to all children born in SA, whether to South African or foreign parents, is the 1992 Births and Deaths Registration Act, BDRA. All children's births are required to be registered within 30 days of birth under this act. When a child is born, a notice of birth is issued at the clinic or hospital, and a document proving a medical witness to the birth is provided. These documents are required by Home Affairs before issuing a birth certificate. Besides the B-124 form, Home Affairs states that undocumented foreign nationals who are born in SA are issued with a certificate free of charge on registration of their births. Lawyers for Human Rights explains that children born in SA who do not qualify for citizenship are entitled to a birth certificate under the Births and Deaths Registration Act. However, they are issued birth certificates that do not include an ID number, and the child is not entered into the National Population Register. In 2014, Home Affairs introduced new regulations, which said that both the parents of a child must have a valid passport or visa or valid asylum seeker permit or have refugee status to register the birth of their child. This rendered many children effectively without any identity documents at all, and created huge difficulties for them in accessing education and health services. These regulations were challenged in court in 2018, and the Eastern Cape High Court in the Naki case ruled that the Births and Deaths Registration Act must be read to mean that parents must show valid documentation to register their child's birth where possible. As you can see, it is a difficult and complex business for non-South African parents to register the births of their children at the best of times, but it has become far worse. However, this excluded asylum seekers and undocumented persons from registering the birth of their children because, said Home Affairs, the continued closure of the refugee reception offices, RROs, under lockdown meant that there was no way to verify the authenticity of the asylum seekers' permits or status in the country. As the RROs are still closed, and in the absence of any further announcement by Home Affairs, it is likely that undocumented parents will continue to find it very difficult to register their children presently. And as always, undocumented foreigners run a constant risk of being harassed or arrested.